had that recording already. To take part of it and really engage in it and do the work, do the activities that she says to do everything that the whole group does, because I promise you, promise you, if you do, your business is going to grow and you're going to be so happy that you put in the work, and you're going to be diamond and above, because it does start with diamond and continues from there. Obviously it starts from being a coach too, but you get the point. So let's see. Alesha, are you on, girlfriend? I see your face. Okay, while she is getting prepared, I'm going to start moving lines because it gets kind of, wow, let's see. Okay, so we've got Health Bet going on, obviously, right now. Hopefully you're participating. We've got Sneak Peek starting the 12th. I started the post early so that we could go ahead and get it out there. Invite like crazy. I'll get the event up tomorrow, but I've been posting so much today, I didn't want to overwhelm my Facebook page, so that will go up tomorrow. Feel free to do your own event, but also feel free to use mine. It doesn't make any difference to me. It's completely up to you, whatever you want to do. So you can use mine, use your own. What else am I missing? Again, Diamond Group starts tomorrow. Do it every single day, do the activities, and things are going to blow up in your business. So we have a special guest tonight. So it's funny because Alesha, the first time I ever did a Zoom call was with my success partner and Alesha. And I remember Kaylee was like, we're going to get on a Zoom call with Alesha. And I'm like, what's a Zoom call? I'm terrified. What does that even mean? I'm scared to get on this call. And I actually went up to my room and got into bed and like was like this, like with the covers up. And I was like scared to get on this call because I didn't know what it was. And she probably thought I was like this little timid mouse or whatever. But that was my cherry pop for Zoom. So it's pretty funny. But anyway, I'm going to introduce her, and I have to read her stuff because she's got a lot of incredible things going on in her business. And bear with me. Okay. So she started coaching in 2010, which I love the fact that she has been a coach for a while. That means she has stayed consistent and, done the bio behaviors, and she's still here. Success Club 10 Legend, which is incredible. That's 24 months of 10, which we know is a hard thing to do, and 67 months in Success Club, period. She's 5-star diamond, which is a big deal. Premier 2014, Elite 2015, and she has 11 lifetime diamonds in all of her business centers. So she's doing something right. With all of that said, I'm going to let her take the call, and I'm going to shut up and let her go. But thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. All right, so I'm so excited to be on here, and it is funny, that was your very first Zoom call ever. And I think back then, anytime you get on like video chats anyway, you're kind of like, I don't want people to see me. Like, I'm in my pajamas right now, but that's just how we are as Beachbody coaches. We just go comfy and we don't care. That's what I tell my daughter all the time. Messy hair, don't care. Like, I'll go around in my Jeep hair, I don't care. So I am so excited. So first, I guess I'll tell you how I got started in Beachbody way back in 2010. And it's kind of crazy because my upline is Jessica Nelson. She's in the Insanity Max 30 videos. She's the one with the really curly hair. And you probably recognize her all over the place. She's amazing. But I didn't originally know her at all. Like, I met her on Facebook. And she was, well, I guess I'll start with my fitness journey. I came back from deployment. I'm in the Army Reserves. I was gaining weight. I was loving Taco Bell because that's the only fast food restaurant we didn't have overseas. So I was addicted to Taco Bell. And of course, as you can imagine, that's like, you're going to gain weight from that, So I had gained a lot of weight. I had lost weight overseas, and then I gained it all back when I came back. And I knew I had to do something. I was in a job that I really hated. I was a branch administrator for a corporate copier company. And I hated it. I hated the people that I worked with. My boss was a perv, and he was just creepy. And I was the only one in that office all day long. So by the time people came back, I was like, yes, there's people here. And then I would get in trouble because I'm talking to people because I just wanted some type of human interaction throughout the day, and I just did not want that life every single day. Going to work, it was like Groundhog Day. You take the kids to daycare, then you go to work, you pick them up from daycare, you go to sleep, and repeat. And I didn't like that type of life where I couldn't even go on vacation. I couldn't even take a holiday off because it happened to be the very end of the month, and the whole last week of the month, we weren't allowed to take off. So there I am in the office by myself. All the salespeople are at home enjoying their families, and here it is day after Thanksgiving, and I'm in the office working when there's nothing to do because everybody's out, So I did not like that type of life. So I was always looking for something, and I happened on P90X, and a guy at my daughter's gymnastics place actually told me about it. And this is before we even had Beachbody Live programs. And she was teaching it in the back of the gym. And we all know that's like a major no-no because you don't just teach P90X even before, if you're not certified. And we didn't have certifications then. So I don't know if she was doing a fit club or what, but she came in like once a week and they were doing P90X. And I called it PX90 because I could never figure out. It's like, what the heck is that thing? Is P something or another? And it's so short, but it's so hard to remember. And so I had my husband download the first 3 weeks worth, as any other normal person would. And I did the first 3 weeks, and I was like, honey, I need the next 3 weeks worth. Like, can you download it for me? He's like, well, I can't find them on here. I'm like, fine. But I wasn't really loving Tony. His style is not my style at all. And like the joking around, the class clown in the gym, that's not me. I saw infomercial with Shaun T, and it was like heaven. Like I was in love, like boot camp style. That's my thing. So I had gotten Insanity off of eBay, of course. And, like any other normal person would have, so I was doing the program and I absolutely loved it. And I ended up signing up for a Team Beachbody account and got assigned another coach who had never contacted me ever. And even to this day, I still have that account because we never knew how to change coaches when I signed up. So I still had that account. I just created a whole new email. And even to this day, 6 years later, that person's never contacted me, which is crazy because they are totally missing out. But I never understood what coaching was. Like I saw, hey, Coach Jimmy, Jimmy's got great squats. You're a coach, aren't you? With Shaun in the videos. And I didn't know that you could be a coach. Like I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought it was something that you had to apply for. Maybe you had to like audition to be a coach or something. I didn't know what it meant. So I was on the Insanity Facebook page, and like any normal person, you're just talking to people who love the program and love Shaun T. And this girl found me on Facebook, which it was just the weirdest thing. Like I'm just now talking to this girl who found me on Facebook. I don't know how she found me. And it happened to be Jessica, and she lived in the same town as me. So I think that's the only reason why I continue to talk to her is one, because I was really lonely and I didn't know anybody because I'm originally from Alaska, if you don't know, and I live in Florida now. So my husband was in the Navy, so we moved down, and then after I got deployed, coming back, I didn't know anybody in this area. So I had no friends. The only people I talked to were either my kids or the people at work for like 30 minutes, and then they were gone. So I need, just having that relationship with somebody and being able to talk to somebody was so nice, and being able to talk to somebody about the workouts and how it's going. So she convinced me to become a coach. I gave her every reason to not be a coach. And it was funny because I think it was about 2 weeks worth between the time she started talking to me to the time I signed up. And I think it seemed like 2 months because it did not seem like it was 2 weeks long. But I told her, I drink muscle milk. Why would I want Shakeology? I have Jillian Michaels protein powder. I take those two things. I don't like them, but I take them, and why would I want Shakeology? And then what else is another thing I told her? There was another excuse that I gave her. Oh, I don't have any money. And back then we actually had a sign up for free and promotion. So we didn't have the military discount back then, and we didn't have challenge packs back then. So your option of signing up was like a Shakeology pack. It was like over like maybe $150. So they had the option where you could actually sign up for free within like a 4-month period as their end of the year promo. And I was like, she's like, oh, well, you could sign up for free, and you know, then you can get Shakeology at a discount. And I was like, well, I guess I'll try that. You know, why not? It's free. There's nothing to lose, right? I'm getting a discount. It's free to sign up. I'm saving money. And even better, I was like, well, I'm going to sign up, but I don't quite know, you know, I don't want to help people. You know, I'm like, I just want to make money. That's all I want to do. Because, and you hear on the National Wake Up Call all the time, like, I just love helping people and I just want to help people. And it's not about the money. And I'm like, no, it's about the money for me. Like, I want to make money. That's what I want to make. And it wasn't, and I even have coaches now who, you know, they tell me their why. And there's like, this one girl the other day told me, money, money, money. I was like, no, like, it's not going to work like that. You have to, it wasn't until I had that first person who thanked me for helping them with their results is when I truly got it. When I said, okay, I get it now. Like, I get why people say helping people is why they do this, and a great outcome of, you know, the things that we do and how amazing this journey is and the lives that you get to impact, and how special, you know, that is to be able to do that and be able to help people and have that in the forefront of your mind. Because if you are truly coming from a place of wanting to help somebody, that's where your business is going to grow, and that's where they build that trust with you. So, you know, of course, it took me a long time to figure that out. And personal development, I was like, I don't need personal development. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm perfect. Like, what do I need to learn? Like, what is a book going to tell me that life's not going to tell me? You know, like, I've been to war. I've, you know, been deployed. I've been married, 2 young kids. My kids were 3 and 4. And when I deployed, I had a 4-day notice, and my kids were 18 months and almost 3. So I'm like, if I can handle that, I can handle anything that comes at me. Like, got it. You know, I'm tough. I can figure out life. I don't need help. But it wasn't more so the needing the help part, but it was just the not opening myself up to vulnerabilities and to not knowing where I needed to grow. And because we all need to grow in some aspect. And it wasn't until I listened to Go for No that it really clicked, because it was something I had in common, because that book, you know, the guy was a copier salesman. So right away, I already had that connection with that book that I was like, okay, like, he's a copier salesman. I get it. Like, I can connect to it. And that's really where personal development started for me. So it was a whole year till I began personal development. And ever since then, my business took off. So anyway, that was a little story about how I got started. But tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, I have made Success Club 67 months in a row. And there's a reason why I feel like anything overall, even over rank, Success Club is the most important thing as well as the most special thing. Because, you know, rank is great. That means you're producing people who grow and who want to build. But if you're hitting Success Club every single month, that means that you are constantly out there, you're growing, you're getting uncomfortable, and you're changing lives. You're helping people. And that's what our goal is to help other people. So if you're making Success Club every single month, that means you're doing your job. That means you're doing an amazing job, and that you're helping so many people every single month and consistently. And so that's even more of a chance for you to have, you know, people who thank you for helping them, and have Beachbody Challenge winners. And if you don't know, in my downline, and it's funny because they're all in my weak leg, this year's the Ultimate Health Transformation winner, Jasmine, who won the $25,000 at this past summit, she's in my downline. As well as the year before, Casey Walker, the Beachbody Overall Challenge winner, $100,000. The year before that was Rachel Winters, and she was at Final Four with $25,000. And this year we just had John Mattis, who won $5,000, and he has a great chance because he's lost 186 pounds in 1 year. So he has an amazing chance of winning the whole shebang for next year. So, and if you were at Summit and you're in one of those rooms where it was like, the over 100 people, or the 100-pound weight loss people, like John blew it out of the water for everybody. But it's crazy because he just made that one decision. But that one decision for me to make Success Club and to help somebody, and for either as a coach or as a customer, it doesn't matter. But that one thing and that one decision to help somebody was a trickle-down effect to helping so many more people. And because of me signing up as a coach and because of Jessica reaching out to me, I've been able to make an impact on Ashley Tyndall, who signed up Rachel, and Crystal Huey, who had Casey Walker as a free customer. And John Mattis reached out to Casey Walker because he saw his story. So, and then Jasmine was just another person of a friend of one of the coaches. So it's amazing the people that you can impact and the lives that you can change. And it doesn't have to be people that you personally know. They can be free customers or whatever. So it definitely is that huge trickle-down effect of just helping one person as a customer or a coach, and eventually they might become a coach and want to help other people. But, being able to change people's lives is amazing. So what I want to do is give my top 3 tips for making Success Club, every single month. And my very first tip is successful people don't get distracted by what other people are doing. So you want to make sure that your blinders are on, that you are focused on that goal, because what you focus on is what you achieve. So if you are, focusing on how everybody else is building rank, and which, I get comparatitis so bad. So I'm the first person to turn my news feeds off on Thursdays. I don't go on my news feeds. I have it off because I don't want to see it, because I want to focus on the lives that I'm changing, and I don't want to focus on how everybody's growing and what are they doing and chasing that shiny object, because it's so easy to do that. Don't get distracted by what they are doing, but instead, in turn, put it into what are you doing yourself. You also want to be confident, which comes with practice. I always tell my team, you want to be imperfectly perfect. Like, you will never be perfect, so you just have to keep going, and you have to keep, failing over and over again. And you're never going to say the wrong thing to the right person. I'm sure you guys have heard that a million times. But, it's true, because whatever you say, it's not going to be the wrong thing if it's the right person that's ready at that time. So your confidence in the products, your confidence in them being able to do that program and get results and be excited about it, that's what they're going to be more excited about to change their lives. So they're going to be more wanting to sign up. Even if they say, oh, I have no money. Well, okay, you've seen all these before and afters that I've showed you, and I know that you want to reach your goal of whatever, and I'm so excited for you to reach that. When do you think you'll have the money by? And that way we can get started on your transformation whenever you're ready, and then I keep it in touch with those people. It's never just, I have no money. Okay, well, just let me know. I've done that a million times, to be honest, but you have to get a little bit uncomfortable and push just a little bit in order to, get that date, get the time when they're going to be ready, remind them of their goals, and that you're excited for them to be able to reach those goals, and that it will happen when they do this program. You also want to connect Success Club to your goals. So whatever your goal is, whether it's financial freedom, whether it's, even rank, if you want rank, connect Success Club to that. How many coaches a month are you going to be signing up? If it's elite, how many coaches do you need in order to hit your elite points? Whatever your goal is, Success Club can get you there. And I have no doubt that even as a 5-star, I make more money than a lot of 15 stars do. So it's, not something that rank is never, just an income thing. It's the consistent behaviors and helping people that's going to bring that income. And also you want to have belief in yourself. If you don't believe in the products and belief in yourself that you can help somebody, you're not going to get anywhere, because, you're not going to have the belief. And why would somebody want to trust somebody who is shaky and unnerving, and, they're just not sure. They want somebody that's like, yes, you can do this. They want that cheerleader in their corner. And the final thing in tip number 1 is to make it a non-negotiable. You want to, no matter what, make it a non-negotiable to your business to make it every single month. Last month was rough for me because I was sucking at tracking. I'll admit it. I just really did not track people very well and didn't follow up as I should have. So that's one of those things where you realize where you're going wrong and you have to recourse yourself and get back on course. So you want to make it a non-negotiable to your business to making it. And for me, that's Success Club 10 at least. And here I was at the very last week of the month and I had 4 points. And I was like freaking out. I was like, crap, I'm like at 4 points and I even had a return. So really I was at 6 points, but I had a return. And I'm like, stressed out the whole entire last week of the month. I'm up till 12:30 every night, working, nonstop, and I'm up at 6, every day. So, I made it with 3 minutes to spare on the very last night with Success Club 10. And I was like, oh, thank God, but it's that consistency and that persistency to, make it a non-negotiable to your business. And then it all will grow from there. And it's amazing when you put in that effort and that push and that drive and you're just going full force at it, but not in a desperate way, because it's so easy to be desperate on the last day of the month and you still need a couple more points. But to turn it into helping somebody and truly being there for them, and even if they don't get it that day, you know that they're going to get it at some point in the future, so you're still going to build that relationship with them. You're just trying to find those people who are ready right then. And there was another time where I was stressing out about Success Club 10 on the very last day of the month, and which is it's very rare for me to not make it by like the 3rd week at least. I try to make it always by the 15th, but every once in a while, you have your rough months, you just, whatever. So I think it was like a year or 2 ago where I was stressing about it, and I contacted 40 people, and out of that 40, I got my one person that I needed. But you know what? Out of all of those other 39 people, I built amazing relationships with them, and eventually they did sign up to get a challenge pack or whatever, and some of them still haven't, but that's okay because people do come around many years later. So don't ever feel like your one person now is not going to sign up later on when they're truly ready. So my second tip, is be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. So you want to have that fire in your belly. You want to be excited about helping people. You don't want it to seem like a chore, and you don't want to seem desperate either. So you want to make it seem fun. Your challenge groups are fun. It's a lot of fun when people are actually participating when they do, but we have the health bet. What's more fun than winning money? I'm very money motivated. So, or if it's like winning a piece of paper, I'm like, that's mine. I'm going for it. So, you want to think of like, what ways are you inviting for the business or for your challenge groups? Are you doing it through an event invite? Are you like, if you guys are having a sneak peek, are you inviting to that? You want to make sure that you're using the groups that you have coming up as a sense of urgency, or the sneak peeks, or your challenge groups, or whatever it is that you've got going on or coming up. You want to make sure that you are inviting to those things. Don't ever stop inviting to an event, because that's your sense of urgency. That's where you're going to get people to sign up right then, because you can use that as your urgency for them to be like, you have to get it this month, or else you'll miss out, and I don't know when the next one will be, or the next one won't be for another month. But if you can't afford it right now, I can save you a spot in that next month's event or whatever it is. You also want to have a set date to what you're inviting to. So like I said, to have that sense of urgency, you want to have a date to your challenge group. Do you know what day every single month your challenge group is starting? There's many times, guys, like I've been doing this for 6 years. We didn't have challenge groups when we first started at all. We didn't have challenge packs. We just created our own type of challenge groups without even realizing it. We did 5-day Shakeology groups and sold samples. We had all of our customers in one big support group just to have them in one area. So we were kind of doing challenge groups already, but there's many months where I have absolutely nobody because the people I sign up are mostly coaches. So there's some months where I don't have a challenge group going at all, and that's okay. It's okay if you don't have anybody joining your challenge group, but you just rock it like you do have somebody in there. You just act like, hey, my challenge group is full, but the next one's starting in 2 weeks. People don't know that there's nobody in your group. You get to decide how you present your business to everybody. And you always want to be adding new people to your page. So I'm sure, Natalie's told you guys about, the power of threes and continuously to add people to your network, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook. I find that Instagram is almost easier to follow people and have them follow you back and to be able to create that connection, because then you can look for tags. You can, so I find it's a little bit easier to connect with people, but it's almost harder to connect in a way of continuously to follow up unless you write their name down. There is a site called Zapier. It's Zapier. And what it does is that it'll take, and if you have Streak as well through Google, what it does is it takes everybody who has followed you from your Instagram, and it'll automatically put their profile name and the date that they're following you into a Streak pipeline, which is kind of cool. So then you can go through now, and now you have a list of everybody that's following you and go say, hey, thanks for the follow, get to know them a little bit better, search on their pages, see what they're about, really start to form them and create that connection. But you always want to be adding new people to your page, because you can't be presenting the opportunity to the same 5 people over and over again. Eventually they're just going to get bored of you, and they're just going to see your posts and like, next, so you always want to have fresh new blood looking at your stuff. Also, share your journey publicly. So this is another part of, really being fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Because if you're sharing your journey to everybody on your page, people are going to be inspired by that. And no matter what you have to say, there's somebody out there that is struggling and somebody that can relate. So you want to make sure that even if it's something like, I really don't want to work out today, there's a lot of days I don't want to work out, and telling people how you got over that push of not wanting to work out, or there's, Casey Walker, he's got an autoimmune disorder. So he talks a lot about his struggles with this autoimmune and his flare-ups, and how Shakeology has really helped with his flare-ups not last as long. And he tries to work out whenever he does feel better, or maybe it's just you have kids around and you're just giving tips on, cleaning up your living room before you go to bed. So that way when you wake up in the morning, you don't have kids' toys everywhere, and, you get distracted by cleaning instead of working out, which I used to do. Because I would get up at 4:30 in the morning to work out and do insanity, and I'd be like, this living room is a mess. I need to clean it because I won't be able to do any burpees or anything, and I need to move the coffee table, and then everything starts piling up, and I'm like, I should just clean. So you want to share whatever it is that you have to offer, even if it's like the kooky like thoughts in your head. Share those, because people will either find it entertaining and want to watch your journey more, or they'll relate to you and they'll want to watch your journey more. So my tip number 3 is the fortune is in the follow-up. When you're following up with your potential customers or coaches, it's so important to always listen to their needs. The end goal, yes, is for them to get healthier and to get a challenge pack, because that's how they're going to get healthier through our products. But the end goal is really just for them to be healthier, right? And it's just for them to change their lives and to connect with them and to form a relationship with them, so that the way they trust you. It takes a lot of following up sometimes, in order for somebody to become a coach. I had somebody I followed up with for 3 years who finally decided to become a coach. So it's like one of those things where you kind of forget about them, and then you randomly see their name or their birthday or whatever, saying happy birthday, and then you're just like, oh, their stuff's popping up on newsfeed. I should follow up with them. And then you follow up with them, and you're like, okay, I'm ready. And you're like, yes. But you want to be able to listen to if they're truly ready at that time. You don't want to pressure somebody too much into something that they're really not ready for. Because if they get a pack, if they sign up as a coach and they're not ready for that journey, if they're not ready to truly work, then it's kind of a waste, because they're either going to want to blame you for, not getting results. They're going to want to return the product, which then you're going to get commission and volume taken away, and nobody wants that. And they're just not going to get the results that they want, and then have a bad taste with Beachbody in their mouth, right? So we want to make sure that they are truly ready. And you can just tell in conversations when people are, there's a difference between hesitant and just not committed at all. Like if you are talking to people about their struggles and they're like, well, I really struggle with soda, and you try to give them tips and they're like, well, I really need it. When they're trying to make excuses for their bad habits, that's when they're not really ready. They're not ready to let it go. And that's when you remind them of their goals, but that you'll be there when they're truly ready, but you just continue to farm them. And maybe put them in a free group if you guys do free groups. Always end your conversations with a question. I'm sure Natalie has told you guys this, but when you're messaging somebody, end with a question so they have something to respond to. Sometimes even when you put the question like the second to the last sentence, they still won't respond. So you always want to make sure it's at the very end, so they have something to respond to when you ask them something. That way it keeps the flow of the conversation going. Otherwise, you're going to have those people who just kind of ignore you, and you're like, hey girl, when I see like something like, hey, how are you? I don't respond to that, because for one, I'm busy, or two, I'm like, good, like, how are you? Have some kind of substance, like ask them a question about something that's going on their Facebook. Like, oh, I just saw you were on vacation. Where did you go? Or what was your favorite place? Make sure you're asking a legitimate question, especially when you're following up with somebody. Also, say when you're talking to somebody, say you'll follow up on a certain date. Like if I send a webinar, first I'll ask if they have time to watch the webinar, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, here it is. Just let me know if you have any questions, or just let me know when you're finished watching. Write down all your questions and hesitations, and then, let me know when you're finished. And if I don't hear back from you, I will follow up with you on Monday, or I'll follow up with you on Friday. And that way they know that I'm definitely going to follow up with them. So they need to make sure they watch that video, for one. And for two, they're going to expect my message. So saying that you'll follow up on a certain date is really going to help you with them making sure that they're following through on their part. Let's see here. And then lastly, but not least, you want to keep track of who you talk to. And I just told you guys, like, I really slacked on this past month, but I just moved into my brand new house, and I've been kind of putting it together and moving, and which is not an excuse at all, but I still made Success Club 10 no matter what I do. But you want to make sure that you're tracking who you're talking to. And for me, my brain just works different, where, I do pen and paper, but then it's like after a while I get so many names, I get overwhelmed. And then I've done Streak, I've done Team Z, I've done Asana, I've done, what's another one out there? Right now I'm on to Excel spreadsheets. Like, I've done the index card system where you write them on an index card, and then you have like tabs of months. And then you just find their name, and then you just put them into next month, and it's like out by days. It's really confusing. That's what I first started out as. But, finding whatever system works for you. And I've been doing this for 6 years, and I still haven't found that system. But you want to make sure you're tracking some way. But going through messages is not going to help you. It's a time suck. It's going to waste a ton of time. You're going to spend more time searching through your messages of who to talk to than doing an entire power hour and just knocking it out. So if you're working off a list, you're much easier to do your power hour in a quicker time than going through your messages. So what I've been doing lately is I write everybody's name on pen and paper. And one of my coaches, or my downline coaches, Jasira Santiago-Hines, she came up with a system, and she's been doing 40 plus Success Club points every single month. She gets herself in 10, she gets her husband in 10, and then she goes for her in 20, and then she gets her husband in 20. And it's crazy. She's signing up coaches left and right. And it's all because she's doing this Excel tracker where she has it at the very bottom, she has it by month, and then she kind of color codes it. So she has people who are, say, no money, or people who are going to sign up, or people who ignored her, or people who just told her no, or they're just not ready yet. She color coded it. And so far that's been working out really well. And it's kind of amazing how many people you miss over when you are not tracking it. So what I've been doing is every day I will write down everybody's names that I'm talking to. Then at night, I'll spend 30 minutes while I'm watching my Bachelor in Paradise, and I'll plug it all into my Excel tracker. And then it's easier for me to follow up with them. And then I can just throw that piece of paper away because now I've got them in Excel. And you can have it on your phone too if you put it into Google Docs. So the last thing that I want to leave you guys with is to hustle until your haters ask if you're hiring. You're going to get so many people who do not like what you're doing. They're going to tell you no. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to put you down in some way. You're always going to find people that just have something negative to say. And that's the beauty about having such an amazing team with Natalie, is that you guys have a positive environment of coaches, and even just the coach network in general. It's crazy to me to think how helpful, even the 5-star and above, we're constantly in groups together, constantly working to better each other's businesses. And it's not a competition at all. It's, building each other up. It's sharing our scripts, sharing our groups and our trainings and whatever's working for us and our photos. We are all sharing with each other because it is a family. It is a positive environment. And that's where you want to come to, is when you're really feeling down, is 1, personal development, 2, maybe work out and go work out the stress. Maybe do some, when Quarter Force comes out, do that and punch some people, But, you want to just let it go. But those people who are the haters and who are the negative Nancy's, eventually they're going to come around and they're going to want to do what you're doing because they see your success and they see that your life is changing and improving, and they're staying in the same place where they were a few years ago, so you're going to be growing and you're going to be doing amazing things. And you guys are already doing amazing things by committing to being on this call tonight and taking your time out, to be on this call. It's the people who are engaged every single day and who are hustling and who have that vision and that goal in their head of what they want to achieve, and they just go after it. Those are the ones that are successful. It's the ones who, join a group. Like you guys had It Starts with Diamond group, with Charlene Booker. I absolutely love her. But when you're doing that group, don't just join the group and just kind of read the assignments. Do the assignments. Actually participate in it. Otherwise, you're not going to win any money if there's a money pot in there, I'm sure. Or not. I don't know. I don't know how you guys are running it. But we've done a couple of them before. But, if you are not participating and you're not doing those assignments every single day, and you're not inviting to the business, because so many people will do their power of 3s or whatever, and they will be like, we have a diamond group going on right now too. And it's people really like, okay, I'm inviting. Like they do the power of 3s and we have it posted every week. Well, there's some people who haven't sent any webinars at all for the week. And you're like, but this is a run to diamond group. Like you should be inviting to the business, because that's our goal. That's our end goal. So if your end goal is to get to diamond, you have to be inviting to the business. You have to be sharing your team webinar or, the Team Beachbody video, whatever you guys are sending. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. So your actions have to match your goals. and, match your goals to your actions. So you don't want to be like, I'm going to be a 5-star elite diamond coach and a 15-star, but never invite anybody, or never read personal development, so you can't get anywhere in life if your actions aren't going to match what you say. So that's all I had for today, Natalie.
I sent you a private message. Did you see it? You don't have to if you don't want to, but I just thought that it might be inspiring for those.
Let me look real quick. On Zoom, you sent it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my income progression? Sure. Okay. My first full year as a coach, and mind you, I only sold Shakeology. We didn't have challenge packs, and there was no point in selling programs because they were like a couple bucks a commission. And most people I talked to anyway, I marketed people who already had the programs to get Shakeology because I was like, I already had the program. So I was like, that's the only reason why I became a coach was to get Shakeology. So why not market people who already had the programs? And this is back when there's only 20,000 coaches in the entire network. So, obviously it wasn't that many coaches out there, or people even knew what coaching was. So that first year I made $9,000. The second year I doubled my income, and it was about 19,000. Oh, now it gets fuzzy. I want to say my third year was 30 something, maybe 30. I know I doubled my income. So almost every single year I doubled my income. And then year 5, I know year 4 was like 94,000. Year 5 was 205,000. And now I'm estimated to be 500,000 this year. So it's definitely crazy, but it's that power of consistency and that power of making Success Club and having that residual income and building your team and just sticking with it every single day, even when you don't want to. Even when I was moving, even when my father-in-law passed away, I still had to make Success Club 10. I still had a business to run. It didn't matter what was going on in life. I've got 2 kids. I've got baseball and softball, and we're busy all the time. But, my business is also a priority because it's what's allowed me to be able to stay from home when I got laid off. It's what allowed me to have this amazing house and be able to have, no debt in a few years, to be able to pay this off. So, when you have those big goals and this big vision in your head, you have to be consistent in what you're doing and not give up ever. So
thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that. I saw one of your posts a while back and had shown some of your progression. So I thought it's really interesting. Yeah. So again, it does take time. It doesn't happen overnight. I mean, she's been in the business for 6 years, but she's on her way to Millionaire Club, which is awesome. So does anybody have any questions? I know that you're missing your show right now, Bachelor in Paradise. The finale tonight. I know. So.
We all know Nick does not stay with her, okay? So
we know, right. He's a bachelor, but does anybody have anything? This was an amazing call. I can't wait to listen to it again. Anybody at all? Comments? Ronnie, do you have something?
I have a health bet question. It's completely random.
Yeah.
Does anybody know if you have to be in the photo of your Shakeology or your workout? Because I think the answer is no, but I came home to like 10 questions of that. And I'm like, I looked in the back office and it's not really clear on the Shakeology one.
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't. Basically just your cup itself, that's basically all you need. But you want to make sure too that it's not like an empty cup, because I know I see some people too in my groups doing an empty cup. And I'm like, you want to make sure that it's full, because I don't know, if they're going to count that or not. So you just want to make sure that and I tell my customers and coaches too, I was like, take like 5 photos in different angles in different rooms of your one shake. And that way if you forget, because I would always forget, I just drink it and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot. And I'm like, then you already have a bunch of photos already on your phone of your Shakeology.
That's smart.
Do you do free groups, Alesha?
No.
You don't do them?
I don't know Natalie's position on this one, but for me, I find free groups almost a waste of my time, because I would be where I've tried them before, and I would be spending so much time trying to find people to get into a free group that I would be not inviting to my actual challenge group. So I'd rather spend the time inviting to my challenge group and talking to people than doing the free groups. And I do, sneak peeks anyway for my open houses and my coach stuff. And every once in a while, I'll even do the Shaun T 7-day slim down plan. And to me, it's not really a free group because I make them get Shakeology.
Yeah.
So, as long as they're buying something, it's good.
Okay.
But I do like, too, there's a lot of people who do the Beachbody On Demand free groups. And I think that one's genius. If you can figure that out to where people are getting a BOD challenge pack by day 30, that would be a great free group because then they're already getting to know, what workouts they want.
I'm actually doing that right now. I'm setting one up for that same exact thing. I'm using the yoga as a...
Yeah, which I love. I absolutely love Vitas. Like, I'm a Survivor fan too, so.
Jen.
I love my reality shows.
We saw him at Summit. We were actually having lunch. And
he was at the leader ladder party too.
Yeah. We saw him there too. But we were like just sitting there having a drink, and they were eating next to us, and we just started talking to them, and they were hinting around that something was coming up. We didn't know what it was yet. And they're like, "Oh my God, you're from Survivor!" Or he actually told us, and we're like, "Durr." But
it was really nice, like in person too. Because you're like, "Oh,
yeah."
He offers half his burger.
Yeah, he's like, "Do you want to have my burger?" And she's like,
You're like, yes. Salami day.
It was really good. Oh, well, does anybody else have anything? If not, we'll get our group picture really quick. My hair's been a mess. I've been playing with it the whole time. Sorry if I've been distracting.
Okay, I just got out of the shower, so I'm playing with it.
Anybody, anything? No? All right. Hi, Shailene. All right, so let's get our picture. If you have I think everybody's on. If you want to put your, instead of your picture, your face, your actual face. If not, that's fine. We are good. Look at these beautiful faces. I have a pretty team. I mean, come on. All right. Smile, everybody. Oh, God, that hair. What is that? One more. Oh, my God. All right. One more. Okay. Thank you so much, Alesha. I really appreciate your time. I know you're missing your show. Hopefully you've got it on DVR.
I do.
And again, you guys, listen to this again. She's obviously got lots of amazing tips. She's done a lot in her business in 6 years. And so super, super excited for you in your new house. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. And if anybody doesn't have anything else, then we'll see you in the team page. We good?